And if I could paint the picture for you, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, best team in the league. I think nobody's going to argue that. The record will say it. They have the jewelry on their fingers as well to say it. Some of the stuff that Shai is kind of putting on tape. He hasn't played in. You'll probably know the numbers better than me, but
he hasn't played in 10 fourth quarters, by the way, and still leads the league in clutch points.
I believe he's second in the NBA in average of scoring, just behind Luka Doncic as well, who's also, of course, in this conversation. And I saw a very interesting clip, funny enough, in regards to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could very well win MVP unanimously this year. So surely, if this is the trajectory that Shai is on, come season's end, he's the best player in the world, right?
Has to be, surely, right? I mean, that all spells for best player in the world. I mean, shout out Giannis, but my best player in the world don't lose to the Washington Wizards. You know what I mean?
The best player in the world is coming off a championship and a winning team, and he has a lot of help. Giannis is doing everything by himself. If SGA was in Giannis's shoes, he could not carry the Bucks how Giannis is carrying the Bucks.
Oh, of course he can. But SGA has carried these rookies all the way to a championship. It's not easy, When we won the championship last year,
Giannis did the same thing.
And do you know what's the maddest thing? This Humphrey guy poo-poos Giannis's ring at every opportunity. I'm not letting you run from this one.
I'm just saying, Giannis is in his prime right now, but he keeps playing basketball in March and April. Everyone plays basketball in March and April.
Not if you have the role players you have at the Bucks.
I'm just saying, they've given SGA a bunch of rookies, and they tell him to do something. What he done was get us a ring. Do you know what I mean? Average age was
on his team.
I mean, the average age was 24 though, Paige. 24.
Yeah.
Do you know how young that is? That's the youngest team to ever win.
Yeah, it is young and it is respected. But to say because Giannis probably won't be playing basketball post-season, it doesn't mean he's not one of the best players in the world.
He is. He definitely is. But it's like what I was saying to you on your live yesterday. He's at an age where, in order to get more fans and more Giannis fans, we've got to see him in the playoffs. Do you mean he has to be exposed to casuals, because that's where casuals are the ones that turn on playoff games and stuff like that, because the whole spectacle of it. But if Giannis is not there,
I have to disagree, because I think and this is why there's a whole NBA Europe situation going. The reason why Giannis's fan base is what it is because there's so many intersections. You got the Greeks, and then you got the Nigerians, and then you have the everyone in Milwaukee. There's so many different reasons why to love Giannis. The same way with SGA, you got the Canadians, you got whoever, you got all the girls or whatever. Like, there's so many different ways to love both the players and want to tune in. That it's not just because like the casual fan isn't tuning in for basketball. They're tuning in because of what this person wears. If they're on a stream, you've got Podcast P. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different reasons why people are tuned into players, and I don't think that impacts if he's playing or not, because I remember you said that is like empty stats basically he has, and I don't think so, because I think his stats carry his team to win, even though they don't. But he puts them in positions to be a winning team. So it's not like he's just patting it up for, like, I'm gonna get my own rebound. You know what I mean? But he's putting his team in positions to win. They just can't follow through.
But it's like, what's the story? Sorry to cut you off, but it's like, what's the storyline for Giannis in the last couple of years? Do you know what I mean? In the postseason, the very last bit that I saw, obviously he was fighting, arguing with Halliburton's dad, and there was the other one where he had I think it was like an orange night jumper or something, when they were asking him, is this year a failure because he got knocked down the first round? But it's like, all of this happened in the first round. Do you know what I mean? You want a storyline where it's like Giannis has gone past the first round. Who's he going to play in the second round? Could he possibly get back to the conference finals? You know what I mean? Is this Giannis and the Bucks year this year? It's partly not his fault, because as we just keep alluding to, the team's just not good enough. But then it's like, then a decision has to be made here. Are you going to stay in Milwaukee, and is it going to be a reoccurring thing where you keep getting knocked out in the first round? Then it just makes the conversation of you being the best player in the world difficult to, sell to people.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Pacers playing the Pacers first, like that's tough. They're championship
Facts.
worthy team. So that was always going to be tough for them. They've struggled with them for forever now. So I think that's a hard matchup for them. They haven't really broken down their youth or how to fight against that. I think he's had a couple of unlucky years. The one when you're talking about him in the orange jumper,
Jumper.
he was
Yeah.
injured and stuff like that, and then he could only give like a certain percentage. If that's all you can give that day, your 20% might be your 100% that day. I therefore feel him on that. People say that's a failure. To him, he's like, that's all I can give. If I failed, I failed. But
Right.
I think it's just been a bit unlucky in the last couple years, and this is where it's kind of like, is he the problem or is it the team? Because right now, what he's doing is putting them in positions to win. So that means it's the team. It has to be the back office that has to fix whatever's going on here. And if they can't fix it, then he has to go. He's been loyal for too long. This is a toxic relationship he needs to get out of, basically.
Facts.
So
Facts.
Yes. The only thing I would say in regards to why I would have others ahead of both of these that I believe, of course, is Jokic, which is what most people will believe as well.
Most people are wrong.
Okay, you have your opinion, matey, over there. Yeah, okay, see jumper. I do believe that part of being the best player in the world is, how easy is it to just put this player in there, and how easy is that going to lead to wins? I put Jokic in this situation. Oh, we're going to Western Conference Finals at the minimum. I put Shai in this OKC Thunder. He's the person that's taken them over the top and has won them the championship, the youngest team to do it in however many years. I put Luka in a Dallas situation. They're going to the finals. I put Luka in this Lakers situation. They're second in the West. They're the second best team, in the Western Conference, and I expect them to go very far in the playoffs. Whereas Giannis, still early doors in the season, of course, but if I'm going off of what it has been over the last few years, it seems like he's been doing this thing and he's trying to drag
Right.
people, but at the end of the day, just not doing it, unfortunately,
So do you think if Jokic or Luka was in Giannis's position at the Bucks, it could be a different outcome? Like they would win games?
I'd give it to Jokic 100% just because I saw what it was in Denver last year. And it wasn't easy for Jokic just because I don't think the roster was well equipped to win a championship. You had guys like, Russell Westbrook. They were still developing a lot of the young guys like Christian Brown and Peyton Watson, who they just weren't ready to, take the mantle. Michael Porter Jr. is out there for a reason as well. Jamal Murray's made, strides this year, but last year too inconsistent to really, push. Now that he has a proper roster around him, if Milwaukee could do that for Giannis, that'd be nice. But I saw what it was last year with Jokic. He still managed to, push OKC to what, 7 games, 6 games? And that's the reasons why it's like, I can't deny that Jokic is just better than everybody else right now. He's got competition, of course, but it's tough for me to put Giannis the best just because, at least as of the last few years, he hasn't been able to get these guys over the line, whereas everybody else that is his competition has. Just me, though.
And it's just that the lack of quality in his team is hurting his case, as Gabriel was just saying there. You know what I mean? Because if you have a better team around Giannis, then what you're trying to sell me with him being the best player in the world, I'll listen to it. But if he's getting knocked out in the first round, even if it's not his fault, constantly, and like you said, he's not getting any younger. So the later you're going on in the season, that's when you get more nicks and bruises and stuff like that.
It's really similar to when LeBron was ascending. Let's say 2010 and onwards, Kobe just won his last championship, right? And people would probably put him in regards to best player in the world conversation just because best team, won the championship back-to-back years. Cool. Once LeBron, got the team around him in Miami and started actually winning the championship, it's like, we have to have some real uncomfortable conversations now. Because until Kobe got injured in, 2013?
13.
He was still in those kind of conversations, but because he wasn't taking his team over the line like he used to, that's just how it goes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Giannis is in that same situation. It's like, maybe he goes to a new team and, he has better pieces around him. They're, top in the East. They get into the finals. Okay, we have a little bit more of a conversation. But as of right now, a lot of work to do. And I think that's fair.
I mean, there's nothing for him to do. He's done everything. He's top He's top 5 in points. Like he's up there in everything. There's nothing more for him to do. It's just a team. So there's best team, then there's best player, or best players or whatever. Like, yeah, they're not the best team, We know that. So if he had a better team, it will make him shine even more. But what I feel like what's even greater is the fact that he's doing all of this knowing that his team is shit. Like he's still putting in the work, knowing that his team is shit. He can just put up 20 and 20 or 20 and 15, 20 and 10 or whatever and be like, yeah, that's all I want to do. But he's striving to do more because like he's a monster. Like he wants to win. He's motivated, and yeah, there's a whole 360 that needs to happen.
Can I ask you to round up this conversation? Actually, both of these guys, SG and Giannis, both champions. Who would win? We played this game yesterday.
1v1.
Yeah, not in a 1v1. Unfortunately, it won't be close. I'm sorry. SGA will be put in the bloody.
Absolutely, man. Just stand off it, man.
Who would win a 7-game series? The 2021 Milwaukee Bucks or the 2025 OKC Thunder? I want to know.
Oh, because then you got me, and then you got Drew Holiday.
You got Drew, you got Chris, you got Brooke, and all of these guys in their pump stakes.
And you got all the defensive monsters in OKC as well. Let's
PJ
not
Tucker,
forget that.
you think he's gonna let Shea sleep? He's not.
He's cooking PJ Tucker.
I think the Bucks got this one. I'm just thinking that back then. Right, if that team was still that team today, like if they didn't make no changes, that would have been a different team.
That's a good defensive all-time team now. Stateside. I know you want to say you the best and all that.
No, but you can't ask a Bucks fan when now they're trying to relive the good old days. Do you know what I mean?
I'm asking the OKC fan who's in these good days now. Who would win Stateside out?
I think we'll beat Milwaukee in 6. I think we'll get them in 6. I think Giannis will get them 2 games. I think defensively will be too much for Middleton and Drew Holiday and them. Maybe 7, but you know what? Let's take it to a game 7 in OKC and let's win it over there.
Okay.
It'll be a good series though. I think it'll be ugly in certain parts. I think the series will be very gritty, but I'd love it because we'll win in the end in 7.
If you say so.
I don't think you'll win.
I'm gonna put that to the people.
I think you'll be overwhelmed.
Yeah, I'd like to.
I think we'll just build the wall. We'll just build the wall on Giannis.
Because your thing is like they're big, deep. The Milwaukee Bucks are a big team as well. Rebounder will be an issue.
Yeah, they're more
for you guys.
more.
Yeah.
I mean, then we've got a bit of size as well. Do you know what I mean? That's why we got Hartenstein in last year. We got Chet. We got Jay Will as well. Do you know what I mean?
It's different when Hartenstein's got to be out there.
He's just this. He's not size. Like
what have you got against Chet, bro? What's going on? That's my city,
Oh my days!
There's no way we're putting him as player of the year. There's no way.
I mean, then again, we did lose to the Bucks last year in the in-season tournament thing.
We did, yeah.
Which I actually want us to win. Hey, I want us to win it this year, though. I mean, because I feel like last year we just didn't shoot the ball well. Because, like I'm saying, every time we face teams like that, it just becomes so gritty and so bogged down and like athletic, like physical, all of that stuff.
Stuff
which
that
is why I think
can't compete in.
Which is why I think it'll go to game 7. Do you know what I mean? If we face 21 Bucks. But
I'm gonna put that to the people, and I'm gonna.
You might have to.